Alright you guys, I'm bringing you in on this project after I've already pulled the engine off of this thing, but this is an old Troy built, I think a horse rototiller, and I got it from a friend of mine years ago. It was pulled apart in just various parts and pieces. Got it running, but it took stuff from some carb work and it had really low compression. Put new rings in it and a new crank seal, but it's always been very difficult to keep running. So I'm taking this really worn out engine. I gave up on it finally about 4 years ago. It's been sitting out in the rain and I want to do some rototilling, so I'm going to replace this old engine with this older but not so old Honda, a GC 160 I think. And I ordered a carb kit. My friend actually had 2 of these in his junk pile. Some friends gave to him and he said it would just start up and then die. I think it's just a carb cleaning, but for 20 bucks I got a carb rebuild kit with the coil and everything. So we're gonna put this old worn out engine on that, which hopefully that engine is gonna bye-bye, and hopefully we can get this one running. We'll do some rototilling. Shaft might not work for this rototiller. Dang. So this thing was a total pain to get off of there. This was the input shaft for the pressure washer and this was just completely rusted on. I had to pull the whole pressure washer pump apart to get this off. Heated it, and you can't even put a pulley puller on here because this is like, you just push on this thing, it wasn't going to work. So I heated this up and got it pried off of there. Got the motor mounted on here, and the original bolt that came off of this thing to hold all the pulleys and everything was 3/8 fine thread, and this motor here, the Honda, takes a 5/16 fine thread. I took the original bolt, sanded it down on the sander, and then recut some 5/16 by 24 threads on it. I think it'll work. The reason I did that was this is the reversing pulley. It's just a rubberized little thing and it has a 3/8 hole in it, and if I would have probably put this on there, it would have been hard to get it centered so it wouldn't wobble around. So left that stock on here and put new threads on it. We're gonna get it bolted on here and see if it works. Now, as you guys know, I put a little starting fluid and gave it a shot of, pulled it over the other day and it fired up and died. So I turn it on, choke on. That's actually with the original carb. I didn't even clean it yet. We'll see, it might have some running problems. Actually, they haven't even changed the gas in it yet, so this will be good to be able to do some rototilling. Gonna, hopefully these things will take air. They've amazed me in the past. They got giant splits in the tires, but they still seem to hold air, so I'm gonna fill these up and maybe do some rototilling. Good job, buddy. Good job. All right. That's good. Thank you. Hey, the tires are holding there again. That's amazing.
Thank you to use my pump.
Yeah, thanks for helping Dad fill those tires up. Well, I knew it couldn't be last long. Definitely some carburetor issues going here. Okay, so we're gonna tear off that carb, maybe clean it out or just install the new one. So here's a little key-in carb, and first off, before I replace it with that knockoff, I'm gonna actually go through here and clean it. There's supposed to be a little tiny jet right here, pilot jet. This one isn't removable. This one, I think I'm just gonna put a little piece of wire from, like, say, wire brush through here and clean it out. And a lot of these carbs suck because they have this adjustable air mixture screw, and it's only, I think, capable of turning 90 degrees. So I'm gonna grind this little aluminum tab off of here so it actually works like a regular air mixture screw, and clean that out and bring you guys back and see if it fires up. So got the main jet pulled out, it's nice and clean. Got the emulsion tube, it's all clean. So now we're just going to clean out this little idle jet that's non-removable and put it back on, see how it runs. Alright, got the original carb cleaned out, put on here. I don't know where my air mixture screw is about set to where I think it was originally. I'll probably have to adjust it. I got the choke on, float's completely drained, so it's going to take quite a few pulls. It looks like this thing has a little fuel pump that could be a problem as well. I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna pull it over here and see how many pulls it takes to get it going. Still doing the exact same thing. I did get another coil for it and another spark plug. The spark plug is probably cheap as hell, but I'm gonna put it in there. I'm kind of wondering if it gets running and the fuel pump can't keep up with it. Could be an issue. I'm going to pull the spark plug, change the coil out, and we'll fire it up. And if it's not that, I'm pretty content that carburetor is pretty clean. I think it's a fuel pump if I can't get it figured out.
Yes.
It is so nice now with this little used Honda engine on here. It's only a 5 horse. I think the Tecumseh might have been 6 or 7. Even when I put new rings in that thing and tuned up the carb the best I can, I still struggled to get the thing running and started. And it'd vary on how it ran, but when you got to run it, it would run all day if you needed it to. But this thing has been starting now, first pull. So it's been really nice. Kind of breathed new life back into this old machine. That chipper I was using earlier, that thing's I think from like 84. It's a Troy built. This is a Troy built. Super solid. I mean, this thing I came across for free. I picked up the chipper probably 15 years ago for 400 bucks. Good $400. I've chipped a lot of wood with that stuff, and it's just a good way to go around here in the summer. They got burn bans, and so you can just chip even if you want to get rid of some sticks and branches and brush like that. You can use as mulch in the garden and around the fruit trees. Something I kind of been doing a little pastime for years and years now, and sometimes I'll kind of drop away from the gardening for a few years, but come out and prune the fruit trees when they need to be pruned. And kind of got a snag of raspberries over here. It's kind of going wild, but it's kind of a nice thing to have go wild as a bunch of raspberry bushes. So I'll kind of keep you guys a little update on the garden this summer. All right.